The impact of any global crisis is rarely ever gender neutral, and Covid-19 is not an exception. Countless women across diverse geographies have experienced an increase in their domestic workload alongside the shrinking or complete loss of their livelihoods. While the entire world is facing unprecedented challenges, women are largely bearing the brunt of the economic and social fallout of Covid-19. Women from marginalized communities employed in the informal sector in semi-urban and rural areas are especially susceptible of loss of avenues of income and added hours of unpaid labor, with daycare and schools shutting down. The scenario in India is no different. Here, the struggle for women employed in the informal sector or in running small business enterprises is even more pronounced. Women now have to balance their jobs and household responsibilities. Deeply rooted patriarchal constructs that are an integral part of India's socio-cultural fabric has been internalized in women's psyche, often preventing them from sharing the burden of household chores with the rest of their family. According to the Center for Monitoring Indian Economy, unemployment levels in the country have more moved into double digits. The percentage of unemployed individuals stood at 14.3% for the week ending at May 23, and with over 17% unemployment in urban India and nearly 14% in rural India. In fact, a recent study under the Udyam Stree campaign had 57% of women entrepreneurs cite a deterioration in their business enterprises during the pandemic owing to factors like diminishing customer base, loss of supply chains, and avenues of funding shutting down. In the face of such adversity, the key to survival lies in the quick adoption of new business models that cater to what has now become the new normal. Business models that were primarily dependent on offline production or delivery models experienced a far greater decline than those reliant on digital channels. The reinvention of business models to stay relevant became the need of the hour, with many women entrepreneurs upgrading and transforming their enterprises to digitally accessible models. With the announcement of the lockdown in India, a group of women weavers from Gujarat led by Muskan Bora were overcome with anxiety. Theirs was a traditional business venture that functioned on a human interactive model. The Leeravati project by the Self-Employed Women's Association (SEWA), a membership-based organization that seeks to improve the lives and livelihoods of women who work in the informal sector, including seamstress, artisans, vendors, and small and marginal farmers, become the key to the Muskan Behen's business staying afloat. What started off as a training model to aid women entrepreneurs adapt to the forces of globalization had, in the face of the pandemic, became topical and vital to their survival. Throughout the training model, women entrepreneurs were trained and encouraged to take their products online, and sold models were being rendered obsolete. Social media proved to be one of the most effective marketing tools that the women had access to, with platforms like Facebook and WhatsApp being used to maintain a connect with their client base through sharing of information and photographs of their finished products. A study by the Internet and Mobile Association of India (IAMAI) and the research firm Nielsen revealed that the country had 227 million active internet users in rural areas as of November 2019, compared to the 205 million users in cities. Post-November 2019, there has been an addition of 30 million new internet users in rural India, with 31% being women. The pandemic that resulted in the shutting down of avenues of human interlinkages saw more and more people turning towards digital platforms for sustenance.